Hey everyone, this is the Loose Cannon David McBee. We are back at Yellville. We got 4 more games of basketball tonight. We're getting ready to start off with the Flippin Lady Bobcats taking on the Eureka Springs Highlanders in what should be a great game. Stay tuned right here on the Twin Lakes Sports Network. Hello, everyone. This is David McBee. We are getting ready to start our first game of tonight, our first of 4 games, and we got a good one to start off the day as we got Eureka Springs, the #1 seed, coming in at 22-12 as we go to the starting lineups.
Junior number 24, Emily Davenport. A sophomore, number 30, Leah Still. A sophomore, number 32, Maylee Benedict. And the sophomore, number 40, Hope Brackley. Head coach of the Lady Bobcats is Grant Greenhall. And now the starting lineup for the Eureka Springs Lady Highlanders. A 6-foot junior, number 1, Shelby Little. A 5'7" junior, number 3, Gracie Lester. A 5'8" junior, number 4, Grayson Earl. A 5'3" junior, number 11, Caitlin Rose. And a 6'3" junior, number 15, Megan Holloway. Head coach of the Lady Highlanders is Ryan Sanchez.
All right, well, here we go. This is our first game of the evening, first of 4. Right now I'm flying solo on this game, so give me a little sympathy when it comes to the camera work. It might be a little shoddy this game, but we're going to do our best. But, of course, Eureka Springs coming in the #1 seed, 22-12 on the year, 8-2 in conference against the Bobcats, 10-18 on the season, 5-5 in conference. Of course, coming off their big victory last night against Yellville in their rivalry game. And still wins the tip early. Of course, Flippin played a great game last night. Davenport still drives, kicks it to Marbury. The senior hits the bucket for the first score of the game. Flippin out to a quick 2-0 lead. This number 11 Ross, number 1 Shelby Little, number 4 Ertl in the game. And number 3 Lester also in, rounding out the starting 5 for Eureka. Of course, Eureka kind of ran through the 2A during the regular season. And a big-time bucket right there. As Lester gets the buckets, we're knotted up at 2. Right now, Flippin with the turnover early. Good defense shown by Eureka Springs. Right now, we got 6:36 left here in the first. Eureka swings it inside. The little hook shot's no good. The rebound, and we got a foul on the play. Number 1 Little going to the line. And the foul's on Davenport, number 24. That's her first, team's first of the game. First free throw by Little is up and good. Second free throw is no good. As still Davenport and Rackley bringing it down, setting up the offense. Rackley drives, kicks it out to Davenport. The ball is stolen. Good defensive play there by Eureka, number 11 Ross. As Ross swings it in the corner to Little. Eureka swings it to the corner, looks inside for Little. Little with the jump turnaround. Good bucket by Little and scores. And now Eureka up 5-2. Eureka forces the turnover. Look inside to Little. Good ball movement here early by Eureka. The drive in, the bucket. Beautiful play by Eureka. Now extends it to 7-2. So right now 7-2, 5:06 left in the first quarter. As the Lady Highlanders kind of having their way here early. Now Lester setting up the offense. Of course, this team finished 8-2 in conference, 22-12 on the season. Beautiful lob in and finish there by number 15, Holloway. And now 9-2. So an early 7-point lead by Eureka Springs, showing why they're the number 1 seed of the tournament. Ball's on the floor, turned over. Good defensive play. Eureka, Lester bringing it down the court. Right now up 7. But Flippin struggling with turnovers here early. Lady Highlanders look inside, and they're going to get number 15 with the walk on that, Holloway. So Flippin now getting the ball back, down 7, 3:52 left here in the first. As they beat the press, Rackley gets it over, and Rackley's fouled on the play. Looks like it's going to be on number 4, Ertel. That's her first. Team's first. As number 11, Ross, now checking back into the game. Davenport. Rackley still for 3. Shot's no good. Good rebound there by Little. And now Lester bringing the ball down. Of course, this is our first of 4 games tonight. It's going to be another fun evening of basketball. They look to go inside Little. Little drives. And they're going to get Little with steps on that, so possession back to Flippin. So both teams probably turning over the ball a little bit more than their coaches would like this early. Still swings it inside. Little baby hook there by Davenport, draws the foul. And now Davenport going to the line for 2 shots. The foul's on Ertel. That's 2 on her. As Davenport hits the first free throw. And now 9-3 here in the first. Second shot's up and good by Davenport. As, of course, another good crowd that's come over from Flippin. They always have a great group of Bobcats. And if you're tuning into this game, be sure, remember, it's an interactive broadcast, as the sumo Nathan Rogers told us. Be sure to tell us who you're cheering for. Good defensive play there by Flippin. As Davenport, number 32, Benedict. course, the winner of this game goes to the championship game on Friday. Marbury with the stop, spin, shot no good. She's battling for the board. It's on the ground. Looks like they're going to call that on Marbury. So Marbury's first foul of the game. That's the team's second in a fast-moving first quarter. As again, the Flippin defense forcing a turnover, so an early 9-2 run, but then Flippin with a couple defensive stands right now, and they're only down 5 against the number 1 seed. Fortunately, Rackley gives it right back to him. Of course, we had a great first game last night. We had probably three out of 4 games last night were very good, hard, competitive games. As we got a timeout on the court. But while we're here today, let's thank a couple of the businesses that have made tonight a possibility. Lakeview Auto Sales, give them a call, 425-6040. And Lakeview Car Rental, 701-5032. Without these businesses, and of course our good friend Joey Sample at Marion County Farm Bureau, without these great businesses, we couldn't bring this broadcast. And another shout out, Ryan Metcalf here at Yellville Schools. He did a great job making sure we got good internet that we're running off of. It's working a lot better than the MiFi that we normally have to run off of. But Yellville did a great job getting us set up with this. And hopefully the stream's coming good, and hopefully those people tuning in, if you got someone you're watching for, let us know what player you're watching for. This is the first game that we've actually covered for the Eureka Springs team. As bucket there by Lester. As Lester with 6 points here in the first quarter. Benedict from three-point range. It's good. Big-time shot by Benedict. As Greenhawk calls a timeout. Right now it's 11-7. Looks like it's a 30-second timeout. But game 1 of 4 tonight. Of course, immediately after this, we have another Eureka Springs team, the number 1 seed in the boys. Eureka Springs taking on the Cotter Warriors, coming off of their big win last night. They've been riding the Reigns train. And last night, Dylan Dwyer with 8 3-pointers had a monster game. Of course, immediately after that game, we will have, I believe it's going to be Decatur playing immediately in the game after that against the number 2 seed, the Lady Warriors from Cotter. And then the final night, it's the rubber match. Each team's won 1 game. We're going to have Flippin and Yellville. Right now, they're 1 apiece, as that should be quite a battle. As good defensive play by Rackley, gets it off to Benedict. Benedict is still thought about, gets it back to Rackley. Over to Davenport for 3. Shot's a little bit long. Ball's on the floor. Benedict's on the floor fighting for it. And they're going to say jump ball, and possession arrow is going to stay with Flippin. As we got another timeout right now, 44.9 seconds left here in the first quarter. It looks like we're joined right now by the one and only Todd joining us online. Big-time Flippin fan. You know, Mr. Flippin, Todd, was going to be joining us. Of course, Joey Broadcasting, he's going to be joining us here later. Fortunately, some of us have to work day jobs, and it's a little hard to make these early games. So, luckily, I talked my boss into letting me come up here. So it looks like we got Bobcat fans all over the place right now online. And, of course, Nathan Sumo Rogers joining us as the rebound on the play by number 15, Holloway. She's a 6'3" junior player. Oh, beautiful spin move. And the shot is good. Beautiful play there by number 3, Lester, who drives and scores and draws the foul. And now Lester going to the line for one shot, 13-7. Fouls on Benedict, her first. Right now, Eureka doubling up Flippin here in the first quarter, 14-7. Still a lot of time left. Is Eureka showing a press? Ball stolen from Still. Rackley got it back. Looks like the foul's going to be on Lester. That's her first personal. Third on the team, so each team with 3 fouls here in the first quarter. Looks like we got Aaron Still saying, go Bobcats in number 30. Bet you her favorite player is Leah Still. Benedict for 3. Shot's no good. Marbury fighting for the board. Doesn't get it. And there's a foul with 0.7 of a second left as Davenport goes down hard. Looks like they're going to call that on Davenport. That's her second. Looks like we got a couple Highlander fans chiming in too. Holly Ertel, glad to have you join us. I bet you're watching probably for number 4 Grayson. Glad to have you join us here on the Twin Lakes Sports Network. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Of course, we're going to be doing a lot of games here this evening. It's going to be another long evening of basketball, but hey, this has been a lot of fun. Again, thanks to Athletic Director Steve Jones for allowing us to come up here and to cover these games. These are always a blast. Second shot's no good. Loose ball. Eureka gets it, and the clock runs out. So at the end of the first quarter, Eureka coming out, showing why they're the number 1 seed right now at 14-7, but the Bobcats hanging tight. But since I'm going to have to talk for 6 hours, I'm going to put on mute for just a minute, but we'll be back in about a minute. Looks like we got a big crowd here tonight. A lot of Flippin fans have come over. Of course, the Flippin fans are right directly in front of us, so you can't see them, but they've really come out to support this team. As taking on the number 1 seed is going to be a tough one. But they played a great game last night against Yellville. Still, the back door, beautiful lead to Marbury. They hit that a couple times last night against Yellville. No good on that one, but a good look. Good pass from Still. Oh, beautiful drive and finish there by Lester. Now extends it to a 9-point lead, 16-7. Loose ball. Lester comes away with it. As Little giving her plenty of space, but she's going to pass it off. Lester and Ertel back to Little. Little kicks it in the corner. Another strong drive by Lester. It's like we got a foul on the play. Looks like they're going to call that number 32. That's going to be on Benedict. That's her second. So now 5 fouls on Flippin here in this first half. Of course, this quarter is brought to you by Marion County Farm Bureau. Be sure to give Joey Sample a call. Check him out for all your insurance needs. Call him up, get a quote on your home, get a quote on your auto. If you want to have an insurance agent, you can't pick a better one to go with than with Joey Sample and Marion County Farm Bureau. I do have to say, those are some pretty sweet seats over there, those Arvest seats. Of course, the Arvest team, all their teams are going to be working the concession stand this evening. Appreciate all the employees coming out and helping volunteer. A lot of different organizations are volunteering during the course of this week, but Steve Jones and his group did a great job putting all this together. And the administration to the school board, everyone's just done a great job, and we're just glad to be associated with this tournament. Hopefully, this is the first of many. We'd love next year, by the time this tournament's done, we're going to be at 39 games. But next year, I think we might even step it up and do a few more. Right now, 6:41 left, second quarter. Lester setting up the offense over to Little. Pass in the corner, long three-point shot is up, no good. Little with the board. The rebound and the putback is now extended it to an 11-point game. It still gets it off to Rackley. And Rackley is fouled on the play. Looks like that's the first foul on Little. Fourth team foul here in the first half. Rackley gives it back to Benedict. Benedict over to Still for three. Money shot by Still. And I can tell you there's a certain fan, Miss Cindy Still, who I'm sure was loving to see that shot. Quick shout out to Cindy Still. Like the old White Snake song, Still of the Night. I'll sing that every time she hits a three. How about that? That'll be the calling card for her. Oh, good defensive play. Davenport steps in front of the entry pass from Lester. Davenport goes inside to Marbury. Rackley over to Still. Still Marbury and Rackley. Right now, Flippin trying to get some spacing on the court. Rackley thought about it. Passed up the shot. Still, she drives, stops, pops, shot. No good. Good rebound there by number 15, Holloway. As Lester walking it up. Right now up 8. 5 minutes, 12 seconds to go in this Marion County Farm Bureau second quarter. Oh, beautiful move there. Lester just slicing and dicing the Flippin defense and getting the bucket. Rackley balls loose. Holloway comes away with it. Is Eureka not really pushing the pace, just kind of running their offense. Long three-point shot. No good. Good rebound there by number 15. Holloway with the putback. As number 4, Johnson checking in. She's a junior for Flippin. As Lester bring it down, she's a junior. Little, who's also in, is also a junior. A lot of juniors on this team, so big opportunity for them to have a good team for a couple of years here. As Ross with a three-point shot. As Stills picked off by Little. They're saying Johnson tipped that out of bounds. So Eureka, 3:47 left, up 25-10. The Lady Highlanders They get it to Little. Little drives, throws it up. Saying shot was no good. Shot out of bounds, possession to Flippin. 3:22 left. Right now they're down 15. Benedict almost goes out of bounds. She gets it to Marbury. Beautiful play there by Marbury. Now pulls it to 25-12. Of course, we've covered Marbury a lot this year. She's a senior. So she can flat out go. Little lobs it inside. Beautiful lead. Good pass to Holloway. Shot just didn't go, but good look from Little to Holloway. Right now down 13. Flippin would really like to get this into single digits to go in the second half. Benedict shots up, no good. Rebound by Ertel, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Fortunately, this is the first Eureka game we've done this year. Hopefully we'll get to do some more next year. Ball's knocked loose. Holloway comes away with it over into the corner. Still with the steal. She looks to take it in, and it goes down. Instead of the night. Her mother is going to kill me. That's usually, I actually work with her mom, so beautiful finish by Still. So, hey, there's nothing like watching a game and hearing a little 1987 White Snake as the free throw's no good. That's the problem is when you're the only one talking doing a broadcast like this, sometimes you can lose your sanity, especially after last night after 6 hours. I think I was going a little crazy by the end, so. And Holloway into the corner, that was number 10, Cross, who shuffled her feet. She's a freshman. So right now Flippin's cut it down to 11 on the bucket from Still. As the Flippin crowd getting a little vocal. Still for three. Still of the night. Big time three-point shot from Still. As my singing skills are terrible. But now Flippin now pulled it within 8. Of course, we got Aaron Still. She said, that's my sister watching. Also looks like we got Mickey Lynch joining us online. So glad to have you joining us. Looks like he's going for a Grayson Ertel. As a good finish there, Holloway now extends it back to a 10-point lead as we go under a minute. Looks like Holly Ertel's watching from Macon, Georgia. Big-time bucket there. And just like that, Flippin working their way back in. It's 27-20. We're under a minute. But so cool. It looks like we got quite a few people watching all over the country. So glad to have them join. That's the thing. It's the interactive broadcast, guys. Davenport comes away with the rebound. Less than 30 seconds left here in the first half. We got Bobcat fans. We got Highlander fans. If you're watching the broadcast, tag in. Tell us who you're going for as Still shuffles the feet and turns it over. So it looks like Eureka going to get it for the last possession in the first half. As number 4, Ertel checks back into the game. 27-20 here in the second quarter. As Little looking to drive. Little stops, pops. Shot no good. As the clock winds down, but Flippin fighting their way back has now got it down to 7. At the end of the first half, it's the Eureka Lady Highlanders 27, the Flippin Lady Bobcats 20. We're going to step away for about 8 minutes here on the Twin Lakes Sports Network, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action, so stay tuned. Again, quick shout-out. I want to say thanks to Lakeview Car Rentals, 701-5032, and Marion County Farm Bureau, our good friend Joey Sample. Be sure to give him a holler. All these people that we mentioned as sponsors, if you're ever out in the community, let them know. Say, hey, I really appreciate you bringing local high school basketball action. As we will be right back here on the Twin Lakes Sports Network. All right, everybody, welcome back to the second half. We had an exciting first half. The Lady Highlanders jumping out to a big lead, but Flippin working their way and getting the lead back down to 7. Right now it's 27-20 as we're getting ready to start the third quarter of action. Of course, this is our first of 4 games we're doing this evening. It's going to be a fun day of basketball. But, of course, Neil Denton, we're joined by the press. We got the serious press here. We're not the serious group. As I have to really compliment the fried chicken that down in the hospitality room here. That is why I do basketball games, for fried chicken. As little stops, pops, shot no good. Davenport with the board. Gets it off to Marbury, and still, once we started singing late 1980s Whitesnake songs, she was on fire during that second quarter. Lob inside to Davenport. Shot's no good. They say she knocks it off a Holloway. It's Benedict still. Marbury, lob into Marbury, who hits the shot as Flippin now has fought back to make it a 5-point game. 27-22 here in the third quarter. We're just about a minute into the third. As the 22-12 Eureka Springs team getting all they can handle, but Little comes right back and hits the big bucket. As it looks like the foul's going to be on Davenport. That's her third foul as Little goes to the line. She's a junior. Shot off the front of the rim. Davenport gets the board and gets it off to Still. Davenport over to Benedict. Benedict for 3. Marbury tips it, keeps it alive. Looks like there's a foul on the floor. Or no, they're saying, looks like she actually walked with it, so turnover. Now Eureka coming back the other way, down 7. Glenn Dern giving us a shout out. Really appreciate it. Looks like Stephanie Stoughton says go Highlanders. So Highlander fans on here, Bobcat fans, this is fun game of basketball. As the ladies getting a little physical down low, we have a jump ball and possession arrow to Flippin. Flippin showing some fight here in the third quarter. Davenport, Benedict, Still, Johnson, and Mayberry currently in the game. Davenport thought about, gets it over to Still. Still for 2. It is good. Still to the height. I know that is the worst rendition of Whitesnake of all time, so. But now has narrowed it down to 5 against this really good Highland team. This really good Highlander team. As number 3, Lester drives. Lester, they say the foul's on her. That's her second. But that's the cool thing. This is an interactive broadcast, so Highlander fans, tell us who you're cheering for. Bobcat fans, let us know who you're watching the game for, who you're cheering for. We just ask that everyone keep it civil in this interactive part of it. But we just love calling games with 2 good teams here in the second round here at Districts. The winner of this will go to the championship game in this semifinals. Lob it in. Davenport gets it back to Still. Still inside to Davenport, over to Johnson for 3. Big time shot by Johnson. And just like that, Flippin has now fought back. We got a 2-point game here in the third. Looks like Sally Stone says go Maylee Benedict. Holly Ertel says, go Grayson. We got Highlander fans. We got Bobcat fans. Lob inside for Little. Little forces it up. Good play by Little. She is fouled on the play. Looks like that's on Davenport. That's her fourth foul with 4:57 left in the third. As Little now going to the line. And she rolls the first one in to extend it now back to a 3-point lead. Looks like Gwen Benton joining us online saying, go Bobcats. Of course, Gwen Benton, we got a chance to interview her on our show a while back as Little hits the second shot. Now it's back to a 4-point game. Of course, Gwen Benton, we got to interview her at the Special Olympics. Great steal there. And the circus shot is good. Beautiful shot by Lester. As the foul's on Warren, number 21, but a circus shot by Lester now. Free throw no good. Marbury with the board. Of course, it's a 6-point game. It got down to 2. Little 4-0 run here. Still drives, stops, pops. Shots no good. Marbury tips it off of Ertel out of bounds. Of course, if you're watching this game, be sure to share this page as Johnson, shots no good. Good rebound by Marbury. Marbury working hard down low. Long 3-point shot is no good. Ball's loose on the floor. Number 21, Warren, pulls it up as Still brings it down 4. As Johnson coming off the bench and hitting a big 3. In the corner, Benedict, she wants it. She nails it. Mainly Benedict with a 3-point shot. We got a 1-point game. I think we got ourselves a little slobber knocker here.
I believe we do.
It's a Highlander. Good drive inside. Shot doesn't go down. Good rebound there by number 15, Holloway. Holloway's a junior. She's going to the line. Looks like the foul is going to be on number 21, Warren. That's her second. Team's fourth. Holloway to shoot 2. And the first shot is no good. But yeah, everyone tune in the game. Be sure to share this link. Let's see if we can, maybe you know a grandparent or someone who's never able to make a game, or maybe it's a parent who had to work. Hey, you don't have to just listen to the game. You can watch it online. You don't like my commentary, you can always mute it, so you have that option and still watch the game. Benedict in the corner. Shots no good right now. 2-point game. 3:12 left here in the third. Of course, immediately following this, we got Cotter coming off of a big victory last night against Haas Hall. A Little and Marbury all over her, and they say 3 seconds. So good defensive play by Marbury. As the Lady Bobcats just barely get it over half court. Still throws it right to the Highlander defense. Strong move inside. A lot of contact is number 21, Warren goes down, but they're going to call that on her. That's her third personal. So they call that on number 30 still. That's her first. Team 6 as Holloway going to the line. Free throw is going to be important coming down the stretch. And Holloway hits the first one. Now extends it to a 3-point game. Second shot is up, and it's good. Clutch free throws. Every free throw down the stretch is really going to count. Back to a 4-point game. Flippin got it down to 1, but has been discombobbled on offense the last 2 possessions as Lester comes away with it. Little looks to drive. She goes up. It looks like they're going to get number 21, Warren, with her 4th foul. So you got Warren and Davenport both with 4 fouls. That's 7 right now on Flippin here in the second half as Little misses the first free throw. Right now only one foul on the Highlanders. As Marbury gets the board, but they're going to call the foul on number 3, Lester. That's her 3rd. One minute, 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Semifinals, they're trying to get to the champion. Ball is tipped. Steals pass is stolen. Is number 3, Lester, now setting up the offense. Lester's had a big game tonight along with Holloway and Little. Swings it inside. Little turns. No good. Johnson battling for the board. And now Flippin struggling with the press here in the third quarter. Tries to get it to Marbury. They're going to say it was. They're going to say the ball was tipped. So Flippin's got possession. 1:14 left. Third quarter. Looks like we've had a couple more join us online. Sally Gilbert and Sherry Adams. Glad to have you tuning in as Warren's shot's no good. Marbury tries to make the save. As we're less than a minute. This is an important defensive possession for Flippin, really needing to stop here. They want to try to keep it down to 4. They can keep it under 5 going in this fourth quarter. Still a lot of time left. Oh, Johnson almost gets the steal, knocks it away. Shots up, no good. Rebound by Little, puts it up, no good. Marbury with another board. Gets it off, still pushing the pace, less than 20 seconds left. Over to Johnson, thought about it, over to Warren. Warren looks to drive. Back to Johnson, in the corner to Still for 3. Shot is short. Looks like foul is on number 15, Marbury. That's her 3rd. That's the 8th team foul. So with 4.6 seconds left. Looks like number 4, Grayson Ertel, going to the line. But yeah, if you're watching this game, don't be afraid to comment on it. You know, comment, let us know who you're cheering for. Tag in any fans that you might be watching. Of course, this is the first of 4 tonight. Today's going to be a marathon, not a sprint. As Ertel hits the first shot. Now extends it back to a 5-point game here in the third. Less than 5 seconds left. Tell's second shot is good. Right now 38-32, but Flippin fighting their way back has got it. It's a 6-point game. They got 4 seconds. They need to go. Still tries the full court shot. No good. So at the end of the third quarter, we got 1 quarter left to go here at Yellville. District semifinals, Flippin versus Eureka. Right now Eureka up 38, Flippin 32. As we'll come back in about a minute here on the TLSN. All right, here we go. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes to decide who's going to the finals. Sorry, it took me a second on that. I had a huge piece of chicken in my mouth. Tell you what, this hospitality room at Yellville has got the best chicken. You know, people say, why do you broadcast so many games? Hey, I do it for the chicken. Lob into Holloway, shot no good. Little with the board. Little fighting hard, but still comes away with it. 7.5 minutes to go. Marbury getting ready to check back in the game. Lob inside Davenport, who's come back in. She's playing with 4 fouls right now. Looks like Jen Dorn says, go Gracie. She says that little on the Highlanders is awesome, so... I love reading the Highlander fans and the Bobcat fans. Love having these passionate fan bases. 2 really good programs. It's Benedict for 3. Shot's no good. Rebound there by Ertel as they're coming back the other way. 6-point game here in the fourth. Lob inside Holloway with the turn. Good play by Holloway. Right now Flippin got within 1, but has been struggling with the press. They get it ahead. Johnson. Good look from Johnson trying to get it into Marbury, but good defensive play there by the Lady Highlanders. .637 left. Johnson from downtown, no good. Of course, this fourth quarter brought to you by Marion County Farm Bureau. Our good friend Joey Sample. Really appreciate him for and all the businesses who have helped sponsor us this year so we can bring this coverage. Rebound by Davenport on the miss by Little, still coming back. And, of course, this fourth quarter as Marbury with the beautiful little finger roll. Marbury just gliding through the air and hits the bucket. Now pulls it back to a 6-point game. As Eureka getting into Holloway. Davenport with 4 fouls. Benedict steps in front of it. Lobs it for Johnson. Ooh, Johnson, good look by Johnson. She just lost the handle on it. So now possession going to go back to Eureka. So we got a timeout on the floor. And now Eureka Springs, the number 1 seed, 40. Flippin, who's making them work tonight, 34, as we got just about 6 minutes left to play here on the Twin Lakes Sports Network. Both teams now coming back out on the court. Of course, it looks like Mickey Lynch said, thank you for the live feed. Apparently they're watching from Wichita, Kansas, watching their friend Grayson Ertel. So glad to be bringing this to you, Mickey. Hopefully we can do some more Highlander games next year. We just didn't get a chance to do any this year, but this is a good ball club right now, up 6. But the Lady Bobcats giving them all they can handle. The number 1 seed's having to work. As this Flippin crowd's making some noise. Flippin getting the ball back. As Davenport's ball's knocked loose, gets it to Still. Still gets it over to Johnson touch Johnson, and then Benedict gets it. We're now down 6. Lob in, Marbury. Over to Johnson. Johnson stops, pops. Beautiful stroke by Johnson. So now pulls it to a 4-point game. As number 4 Johnson, the junior, hitting a couple big shots. Looks like we have an offensive foul. Looks like they're calling on Ross, saying she threw the elbow. That's her second foul, team's 4th. 4:30 left. 4-point game. Johnson over to Benedict for 3. Lester with the board, bringing it down. As Johnson with quick hands knocks it away. Tell you what, Johnson has shown some defensive prowess tonight. It's like the big smooth Josh Fletcher's joined us online. It's Marbury with the big steal. Gets it over to Steele. Looks like the Lady Highlanders managed to get possession and get the timeout, so they're going to retain possession. And now 40, Eureka 40, Flippin 36 as we're going in the last couple minutes. And both these teams battling it out, trying to get into the district championship, it's going to be Friday night.
Dave, Eureka's been in control of this game, however, still very easily by Flippin. They just need to slow down, not get ahead of themselves, get too big of a hurry.
Well, Flippin playing with so much heart tonight has worked their way back into this game. I mean, the first couple minutes, it looks like it was going to be a number 1 seed just steamrolling them, but the Bobcats, playing with a lot of heart, have gotten back into this, and they still got a chance to win. Plenty of time left. As this has turned out to be a really exciting first game. First of 4 tonight. Immediately after this, we got another Eureka team, but we have Cotter the senior boys, the Cotter Warriors, seeing if they can get to the district championship after their big win last night over Haas Hall. The Rains train, is what I've been told, has been rocking and rolling, so they lob it. Marbury with some quick hands as Little goes out of bounds. Possession back to Flippin now. 4 minutes to go. 4-point game. Flippin struggling with the press as Coach Greenhaw calls timeout. So good timeout there allows Flippin. They were having problems getting it over the half-court line, but this is the kind of game where you almost, Nathan, you almost don't want to see someone lose this game. These teams are both playing great tonight.
Both are playing with a lot of heart, but unfortunately somebody's got to lose.
And, of course, the way that the tournament works, if you lose, you're done with the tournament. Of course, both these teams already should be qualified for the regionals. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to cover the regionals after Friday night. We're done with basketball for a while, but we'll have our hands full. We got a polar plunge going this month with Special Olympics. Of course, you know, we do a lot of stuff. We cover pro wrestling, high school football, semi-pro football. We do all sorts of different sports. So we're going to be back, of course. Speaking of different sports, professional wrestling, the guy working with me, working the camera right now, the Sumo Nathan Rogers, the host of the #1 rated pro wrestling podcast west of the White River and east of Yellville.
And north of Crooked Creek.
And now north of Crooked Creek, so they're expanding. So check out the slop drop as Still gets it over to Benedict. Gets it back to Still. Under 4 minutes now. Davenport for three. Shot no good. Rebound by Ertel. So Ertel, Lester, Little, and Holloway, and Ross in right now for the Lady Highlanders, who are being pushed to the limit. So all those fans tuning in right now, tell us who you cheering for. You here for the Highlanders or the Bobcats? Who you want to win this game as we go under 3 minutes? Drive shots no good. Johnson, the shortest player on the court, but you wouldn't think it there. She skied up for the board as Still drives. Gets it over to Davenport for three. Big time three by Davenport. And we got ourselves a 1-point game. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Seems like every time the Sumo works camera, we have a game that goes down to the wire, and this is a barn burner. It's like they're saying a timeout on the court, and the fans didn't like that. They thought that they dribbled the ball out of bounds. This is where I wish we had an instant replay. Maybe next year that's something we can work out into the TLSN budget, an instant replay. But 40-39 right now. We got a couple fans getting close to getting tossed right now.
One of them, shout out to Heath Hudson of Flippin, the legend. I think he was voted best Bobcat of the day back in 1994, something like that.
Well, that's why I love these games. A lot of passion. The Flippin crowd, always very passionate. The Yellville crowd, Cotter, all the teams that we've covered this year. And it looks like Steve Kinney just said he must have noticed the picture I took of my chicken. He said, nice plate of chicken. Was it Allen's? I'm not sure if it's Allen's or Harp's. I didn't get a chance to see, but I can tell you it's good. I love my chicken. Tell you what, you ever want me to cover a game, just get me a plate of chicken, some sweet and sour sauce. and I'm there. And then you give me a close game like this, like Joey Looper just said, as you couldn't ask for a better game. Throw into Little. Right now, 2 minutes, 13 seconds left. Team's trying to get to the championship. Lob inside. Holloway with the turn. Shot in and out. Good look into Holloway. Shot just didn't go down. Still. Johnson, Davenport, Benedict. Back to Still. Benedict wide open for three. Shot's no good. It's like we had some contact down low. Who they're going to call it on? Looks like they called that on Davenport. That's her 5th foul. But number 24, Emily Davenport, with a great game. As now number 1, Shelby Little, the junior, going to the line. Up 1 with 1:41 left here in the 4th. It was Davenport, number 24. She's a junior. Had a great game. As Little going to the line. This is a one-on-one shot. Big free throw. It's no good. Marbury with the board. Over to Still, who's bringing it down as we're under 1:45 left. Johnson, Still, Marbury. Looks like now we got number 21, Warren's checked in, and Benedict. Still from way downtown. Shot was no good, and it looks like Coach Greenhaw wants a timeout. It's like we got a full timeout on the court, so we got 1:20 left. 40-39 here in the 4th. The number 1 seed. As looks like we got about 60 seconds, so I'm going to shove another piece of chicken down my throat real quick. All right, we're getting ready to go back on the court as the timeout runs out. 1 minute, 20 seconds left, 40-39. Of course, we got fans all over Facebook. Share this page, share this link. Tag in every single Bobcat Highlander fan you know. Let's get them all online, as this has been a great game here at the district tournament here at Yellville. As Lester bringing it down. She's guarded by Johnson. Good drive. Shot no good. Marbury gets it. Johnson comes away with it. As they're going to say Warren walks with it. So now possession back to Eureka. 56 seconds left. One-point game as we're under a minute. They get it into Little. Marbury with the steal. She's got a full court ahead of her. And she finishes the shot. And Flippin with their first lead of the game with 45 seconds to go. The number 1 seeded Lady Highlanders. And looks like they're going to call that on Johnson. So Johnson with the foul. As now number 3 Lester going to the line, hits it, so we're knotted up again. 41 all, 35 seconds to go. Second shot is good. 30 seconds to go, Flippin with the ball. They get it out to Steele, and Johnson lobs it to Marbury, and it hits the bucket! Marbury with 2 huge buckets in the last 30 seconds. Right now it's 43-42, Flippin with the lead over the number 1 seed. In a game that Highland has probably led almost the entire game, Flippin's probably had the lead for less than 30 seconds total, but right now just trying to hold on to this last little bit. 43-42, we got quite a game here.
Flippin's got Eureka against the ropes, so it'll be interesting to see how they respond during adversity like this.
Well, Flippin without number 24, Emily Davenport, who's having a big game, she fouled out. But the senior, Haley Marbury, just coming up huge in this last minute, stealing a layup and then a bucket down low, but now it's going to be all about defense. As this Flippin crowd has come to they're on their feet now. 23 seconds to go. Highland gets in the inbounds. Number 3, Lester bringing it down. She's guarded by Johnson. Spin move by Lester. She drives. Shots up and under. Loose ball. And they say possession to Flippin with 11 seconds left. The number 1 seed right now. Down 1, 11 seconds to go. Over to Steele. Steele is fouled. And now going to the line with a 1 point. I'm sorry, that's only 5 fouls, so they actually have 2 fouls to give. So right now the clock is the friend of the Bobcats. The baseball pass ahead to Benedict. Benedict misses the shot. Still with the rebound, Benedict trying to dribble out the clock. As she is fouled with half a second left. The Lady Bobcats with a 1 point lead.
That's huge for Flippin. We saw them do this with Yellville yesterday. They was behind, they struggled to the end, and they played when it mattered most and come out with a victory.
Benedict and the Lady Bobcats pull off a huge victory. They're going to the championship, 43-42 over the number 1 seed, Eureka Spring Highlanders. What a huge game and a comeback. As Flippin pulls off a huge victory. A come behind victory. Flippin didn't have a lead till about a minute and a half left. But then came back, pulled off the victory. 43-42 in our first game of the night. Tell you what, if that's the indication of what we got going tonight, we're going to have a fun night of basketball. As that's the first of 4. All right, guys, great game by the Highlanders, though. I mean, they fought hard. Both teams fought hard. That's a game you hate to see someone lose, but great comeback. as we're getting ready to come back with our next game. It's the another Eureka Springs team, the number 1 seeded Highlanders of the senior boys, taking on the Jackson Rains Cotter Warriors, coming fresh off a victory last night. As what we're going to do is we're actually going to end this stream here, and we'll be coming back live with a new stream. Last night we got kicked off Facebook because our stream was on too long. This way we think it might be easier too if you're trying to find an individual game. So guys, don't panic. The stream will end in a minute, but just stay tuned on our page and we'll be right back with another stream in about 10 minutes.